Hey, good afternoon. What's good, y'all? This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope you guys are having a blessed and wonderful day. We're almost toward the end of the week. We got one more day, and then that day, and then we be in the weekend. Hope you all have had a great week thus far. I just got back in town 2 days ago from New Orleans. My wife and I, we had an excellent time down there. Enjoy some great cuisine, great food. If you haven't gone to New Orleans, I suggest you go down there. Have some great food. Um, Learned a lot. There's a lot of history down there in New Orleans. Um, Not just with slavery, but in the 20th century, a lot of crime stories in New Orleans. A lot of things that and then, of course, you have Katrina. We know about that. But a lot of Black people really doing things in New Orleans. It gets a bad rap, but it's a lot of B1 people in New Orleans, a lot of people doing things down there and have been for decades. And their stories are not getting told. And I'm going to touch on that more and do a video about that. But yeah, New Orleans was great. Like I said, great cuisine, enjoyed some great food, great food. Um, Also, learned a lot and spent some time with family. My wife has a cousin in New Orleans, and she made some bomb ass seafood Creole. And they had this thing called the king cake, and it has a baby in it. But then again, I'm gonna explain that later on another video. But great place, great food, learned a lot. Haven't been, I suggest you go. Hope you all have been doing well. Now let's get into the topic for this video. So last week, Netflix came out with a movie called You People. You People is starring Jonah Hill, Lauren London, the widow of Nipsey Hussle, the late great Nipsey Hussle, who passed almost 4 years ago. Next month, Nia Long, we know about her. Eddie Murphy, who else is in it? Julia Louis Dreyfus. She was in a lot of y'all may remember her in Seinfeld. I never watched Seinfeld. I maybe seen a couple of episodes of that show when it was on. Just flipping through the channels. Oh, okay. But she was in Seinfeld. Um, David Duchovny, he was in X Files. A lot of us, who were X Files fans, remember him from that show. Who else was in it? Dion Cole from Blackish. Mike Epps made an appearance. So they was throwing people in there here and there, a lot of comedians. Um, the movie, as far as I'm concerned, is complete and utter garbage. It's trash. It is Detroit, New York, Chicago, Philly, New Orleans, San Francisco, trash rolled up in one. Sewer trash, gutter trash, utter trash, basura. However you want to put it, how you want to say it, not funny at all. I don't even crack a smile at this piece of garbage movie. Too many subliminal messages. I don't know what they were Kenya Barris was going with this movie. And Kenya Barris, for those of you who may not know, was the creator and director of Blackish, show that was on for 8 years, and that's off now. Last year was his last season, but he was the director and creator of this movie. I don't know where they were going with this, um, but it missed the mark as far as I'm concerned because I'm just going to address the elephant in the room. So let's start with Jonah Hill's character, Ezra, Jewish American. Big surprise there. His parents were David Duchovny and Julia Louis Dreyfus. They were Jewish. Um, he worked in the not the mortgage industry. I think, he was a stock trader. He worked in stocks and exchanges. I think that's what his job. He worked in the finance industry. Wasn't happy with his job. He was doing a podcast on the side, which his podcast, they had to throw that LGBTQ in there. They just had to throw it in there. Had to throw the LGBTQ in there. So his business partner and his co-host on his podcast was a black lesbian woman. Was a black lesbian. Um, she was kind of a butch, you know. So they had to throw that in there. Had to just throw that in there. Throw it in there. So the person, the lady he did the podcast with was a black lesbian. Um, they did a podcast on black culture, which was funny to me because how the hell is a Jewish person going to tell us about black culture? Lesbian person. I mean, they could, but I guess they could. Yeah, black lesbian, but it's only from it's a one-sided perspective. But a Jewish person telling us about black culture is laughable. It's ridiculous. So he was kind of like the wigger, if you will. And a wigger is a white nigger, for those of you who may not know. Kind of like Michael Rappaport. Who's another one? Another wigger you may know. Everlast. Yeah. Marky Mark. His racist ass. Mark Wahlberg. John Cena. Wiggers. There are many more. They try to be yo, 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 yo. I think Pink, the singer Pink, is kind of a wigger to a certain extent. I'll put her in there too. Yo, yo, what's up, bro? Yo, 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 what's up, bro? Yo, 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 yo. It's like, really? Matter of fact, the dude that plays Tommy on the show, Joseph Sikora, I think that's how you say his name. He plays Tommy on in Power. He's kind of a wigger, kind of remind me of a wigger. So they're white, but they want to be, yo, 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 yo. They want to be a nigga, but they're not a nigga. And Paul Mooney said it best. Everybody want to be a nigga, so it's time not to be a nigga. Meaning, it's cool to be so-called a nigga because it's faddish, but the problems that you have with it, you want to fall back on your whiteness. Now you want to be a white boy, a white woman, whatever the case may be. And it's so true. Before I go any further, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, smash it down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications when I do videos on here. But moving along, so Jonah Hill is Ezra. Um, so he's looking for love. He goes on a date with this Jewish girl. It doesn't work out. So he mistakenly gets in a car of Laura London's character, and I can't remember her name. It's not important. Well, anyway, but he gets in her car, and he thinks that she's his Lyft driver. She's not. So his Lyft driver and her character look alike. So she said, "Oh well, I can understand that. Okay." So she takes him to work, whatever, and then they develop a romance. They go on a few days and they develop a romance. They sleep together, and they're officially booed up. And then he asks, after 6 months, he asks her to marry her. So in comes the parents. I'm going to touch on Ezra's parents, Julia Louis Dreyfus and David Duchovny. They are liberal Jewish people, liberal white people, the worst. They are so they think they're so down with black culture. David Duchovny has a fixation with the rapper Exhibit. I don't know why they threw that in the movie. Don't ask. I don't know what Kenya Barris was thinking. But David Duchovny has a fixation with the rapper Exhibit. He knows everything about Exhibit. Exhibit this, exhibit that. And he tells this to Laura London's character when she meets his parents, Ezra's parents. Julia Louis Dreyfus, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Look at your hair. Look at your hair. You're like a doll. You're so beautiful. Oh, it's going to be so great to have black babies. Because Ezra lets on to her that he intends to marry Laura London's character. Oh, that's so wonderful. We're going to have a multicultural family. Beautiful black babies. Oh, she's so beautiful. Police brutality it's just abhorrent. I hate police brutality. All the players should have knelt in the NFL. I feel Colin Kaepernick. Stuff like that. Just trying to tell us about black trauma so they can understand where we coming from. Because white people can't understand black people unless it's traumatic experiences, right? White liberals do this a lot. They're worse than conservatives. They're worse than white conservatives. You can see them coming a mile away. You know what they're about. But Malcolm and Dr. King warned us about these white liberals. They warned us about them 60 plus years ago. But we haven't learned our lesson. We haven't learned. Haven't learned our lesson. So peace, King Lee, man. Peace, my brother. How you doing, brother? Yeah, when Pink, yeah. Okay, Julia Louis Dreyfus grew up in the DMV. Okay, when Pink, yeah, I remember hearing that. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, brothers, for tuning in. Steph Carlo and King Lee. I appreciate you, brothers. Love y'all. Much love. But these white liberals, man, I'm telling you, they are a mess. Like I said, they can't relate to black people. They can't relate to us on any level, but they try to be our friends by bringing up our trauma. Oh, I'm sure you know about this. Did you know about this? If you haven't, have you seen this? It's like, the fuck out of here. What are you talking? Excuse me for saying that, but it's like, what the hell, man? So all our experiences got to be, every time you think of a black person, always got to be a traumatic experience. We like the weather. We know about the weather. We know about the stock market. We know about history, which is world history. Black history is world history. In February is Black History Month, but every month is Black History Month, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't understand why white people think they have to bring up black trauma to become our friend or to befriend a black person. It's like, if we want to be your friend, we'll be your friend. If we don't want to be your friend, then we're not going to be your friend. Leave us the hell alone. Let us be. We know about our trauma. What about your trauma? How about we bring up the Holocaust? And that came up in the movie too. And that leads me into my next discussion. Leads me to my next subject, excuse me. Eddie Murphy plays a black Muslim. Was very disrespectful to the Nation of Islam, to everything that they stand for, to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. They made them seem like a hateful organization. That Minister Farrakhan was a hateful, spiteful person. It just was ridiculous. And it wasn't fair. And it was so many subliminal shots toward the NOI. I didn't appreciate it and I hated it. Because now you think you think the NOI is a terrorist organization. You think they hate people, which they don't. They're just pro-black. And then you make fun of him in this garbage ass movie. He had on a Kofi. I'm black. Yeah, my name Akbar. Akbar Muhammad. Yeah. It's like you're a clown. You're a buffoon. And you making the Nation of Islam. It was not. It was just so reckless what they did toward the NOI and with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and it wasn't appreciated. It wasn't funny in the least bit. Julia Louis Dreyfus made a comment about what the minister said about Jewish people. They got into a debate about the slave trade and the Holocaust, which is, white. Well, Jewish people suffered too. We came to America with nothing, but David Duchovny's grandfather was a podiatrist, and his father was a podiatrist, and David Duchovny was a podiatrist. So you had three generations of Jewish foot doctors. And Eddie Murphy said this, his grandmother picked cotton, this and that. It was just, this was like a modern day version of All in the Family meets the Jeffersons. That's what it was like. Modern day, it was just like except Julia Louis Dreyfus' character and David Duchovny was Mike and Gloria meeting George Jefferson and a younger George Jefferson and Louise Jefferson, because that's what Eddie Murphy's character was. They made the NOI like it was a comedy, like it was a some kind of comedy, like they were a hateful group. It wasn't appreciated. They took shots at brother Malcolm, because um, Ezra, Jonah Hill's character, made a comment when they were at dinner. Yeah, the goat, the goat. Yeah, the goat. Light skinned people, light skinned black man, the goat. Malcolm X, the goat. Really? There are a lot of great black people. W.E.B. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington, Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who I noticed they didn't bring up in the movie, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Ida B. Wells, Fannie Lou Hamer. Of course, you have Dr. King, Kwame Ture, was known as Stokely Carmichael before that, Huey Newton, Eldridge Cleaver, Bobby Seale, Little Bobby Hutton. I could go on and on. Chairman Fred Hampton. So many great black people. So many. But Malcolm's the GOAT because he's light skinned? Really? So many subliminal messages, shots. They took a shot at the NOI, which I didn't appreciate. They took a shot at the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, which I didn't appreciate. And they took a shot at Malcolm. This movie was buffoonish. It was coonery and buffoonery at its best. Utter trash. Garbage. Utter garbage. If you want to check it out to see what I'm saying. But I wouldn't suggest watching it. Like I said, I didn't crack a smile. Mike Epps played, the crazy drunk uncle. Big surprise there, womanizer. Buffoonish. Dion Cole played the what you call it, the hustler. Him and Mike Epps. Well, Dion Cole, he was a wedding planner, but he was more like a hustler. So many subliminal messages, so many cooning and buffoonish. Oh, so many coonery and buffoonery in this movie. You just saw it. Kim Whitley played the sex craze. I don't know if she was an auntie, whatever. They threw her in there. It's just so stereotypical of black people. So stereotypical of black people in this movie. It made me sick. The only character I really respected was Nia Long's character, who didn't really have that many lines, by the way. Strong black woman. Now I respect her character out of any other characters in this trash, garbage ass movie. Her character was respectable and decent. But other than that, this movie was garbage. utter, complete trash. I cannot stress that enough. They want to promote this interracial dating, which, date who you want, whatever. I don't have the right to tell people to date, who to date. But why don't they promote black love? Why couldn't Laura London be with a black with a brother, with a young man her age? Why not promote that? They're trying to promote this interracial, this rainbow coalition agenda, and it's crazy. It's like why? Why? Why promote that? What for? Ah, because if there's black love, if the black man is loving a black woman, they create black babies. And if they learn knowledge of self, we'll be a powerful force, unstoppable. But no, y'all want to break up the black community. Y'all want to, had a black woman date the white man, had the black man date the white woman. Why don't they do it? Why didn't they do that in Crazy Rich Asians? Why don't they do it in other movies? Have their people date white people? They wouldn't go for it. They love promoting this interracial inclusion. They love promoting it. Love it. And it's ridiculous and it's crazy to me. I see the agenda. I see what they're doing. The white liberals, Netflix, Kenya Barris. Yes, Nia Long is beautiful. Yes, she is. It's just they love promoting it. They don't want to promote black love. You see in the commercials. They'd rather have a black man with a dog than a black man with a woman in these commercials. I'm just keeping it a buck. They hate promoting black love. I was surprised they had Eddie Murphy with a black woman, seeing that his wife is white. But at least they put that in there. But other than that, this movie is complete utter garbage. When I saw the previews last month, I told my brother King Lee. I told him. I said, man, yeah, Netflix got this movie coming out at the end of January called You People. I said, and this I saw previews and I said it's complete garbage. And I posted the previews on my timeline on Facebook and on my Twitter feed. And I knew it was just like I expected it to be. I watched every second of it, and it was complete and utter basura, utter trash. Detroit, New York, Chicago, Philly, San Francisco, New Orleans, sewer gutter trash, all combined. Movie was toilet water, and I'm being PG on here because I know people may view it and they don't like, me swearing or cursing, whatever. But it was sewer trash. It was toilet water, toilet water. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications when I do videos on here. But I can't make that clear enough. Again, if you want to see this sewer trash toilet water movie, by all means, it's on Netflix. Came out I think January 27th. last week. Check it out and you see what I'm talking about. Some of you may be feeling it, that's your prerogative, more power to you. But many people that I've known and that I've comments that I read on Twitter and on Facebook, well, mainly on Twitter, but many people like me hate it. They thought it was sewer trash and toilet water as well. And everyone is entitled to their opinion. Some of us, may feel different, and so be it. If you do, you do. But I feel the way I do, and I'm not making any apologies about that. I will not watch this movie again. I've seen it once, and once is enough. Even before I saw messages on Twitter saying how disrespectful it was to the NOI, to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and just how it was just stereotypical. And when I watched it, I saw what they were talking about. I already suspected it, so I wasn't surprised. But you know, I saw what they were talking about, and they were right. Again, the movie's called You People. It's on Netflix. Watch it if you like. If you don't, don't blame you. But if you do watch it, you see what I'm talking about. A lot of people love this. Oh, let's hold hands with white people. Let's get along. They live in this fantasy utopia that doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. I'm all for separation. That's what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the messenger, was saying decades ago. And like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan broke it down, he said if a woman is with a man, they're married, and she's constantly abused, should that woman stay with that man, or should she separate, get away, get her mind right? And if she decides to come back, then she comes back. If she don't, then she divorces him. But would you urge that woman to stay with that man if she's constantly getting abused? No, you would not. You would tell her to leave, separate. White people have constantly abused Black people for decades, centuries in this country. Why should we stay together? We need to separate. This is not hate speech. This is truth speech. We need to separate. Like that woman who's abused by that husband, we're the abused woman in this case. Black people are. We have been abused by white people, continue to be abused by them. Why should we stay with people who abuse us? Why should we integrate with them? We need to separate. We need mental help. We need to get over our trauma of slavery, 400 years of chattel slavery, 100 plus years of Jim Crow segregation. Then you throw in mass incarceration, the war on drugs, among everything else. We need to mentally heal. We need to get over our trauma. Maybe then we could come back and integrate. But right now, no, we need to separate because we have not gotten over our trauma. Again, you can agree to disagree without being disagreeable. That's what this is all about. I'm gonna hop off of here. I gotta make a phone call. But in the event, y'all take care. I love y'all. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on new videos on here. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear them. Like I say, we don't have to agree, but let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Let's do that. Share this video. Share it, share it, share it. Get it out there in the algorithm. Let's have this conversation. Share it, make it go viral. Please, y'all. I appreciate the love and support. Continue it. Support my podcast, support my videos, please. Thank you very much. I love y'all. And please be safe out here. Whether you're running errands, going to work, whatever you may be doing, walking your dog, whatever, getting some fresh air. Be careful. Beware and be aware of your surroundings. The devil is busy. and he's trying to take us out in record numbers. So please, please, brothers as well as sisters, please, please be careful. Please be careful. Please look over your shoulder wherever you may be. I love y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves and take care of each other. I love y'all and God bless. Y'all take care. Love you much. I'm out. Peace.